Hello everybody, Happy New Year. Shelly here with Shelly Can Help, and I am so excited to be back on Facebook Live. I have not done this in a couple of months. I just needed a much needed break. That didn't make any sense. I needed a little break, but I'm back. I have been super busy doing corporate online virtual events, doing this right here, but for corporations, that I have not taken the time to show you all the love here on Facebook. So I thought, well, I'm cooking dinner tonight. I might as well record it, right? So today I was like, what do I want? What do I have? And so I am gonna do I call them Greek chicken sliders, but I'm kind of tweaking my recipe tonight because I didn't have everything that I needed, so I'm substituting some things. So if you want this recipe at the end of the video, shoot me a comment in the video, comments below, and I will send you the recipe tomorrow when I download it into a PDF format. So we are gonna make some turkey sliders tonight, but I'm also gonna do an amazing dairy-free tapenade. It's like a tzatziki meets tapenade. So it's gonna be like a Greek tzatziki with an olive combination. It's super delicious. And then what we're gonna do, because I don't eat a lot of bread in the house, gluten causes a lot of inflammation. I am gonna put this over a beautiful cauliflower steak, which I'm gonna make right now. Cauliflower has lots of fiber and a lot of nutrients that we need. So we are gonna use cauliflower as our base today instead of using burger buns, right? So whenever I make these turkey burgers, I don't really even like to call them burgers because we're really gonna eat them with a fork and a knife, but I promise you this recipe is loaded down with flavor. So we just have a fresh cauliflower head and we are going to whack it off the stem. There we go. Oh, I got lucky on that one. All right, get rid of the leaves. And what we're gonna do, this is a new technique that I started doing and I really like it, just to change up something to do with cauliflower. Gosh, there's so many things we can do with cauliflower, right? So what we're gonna do, I'm trying to decide, I think I'm gonna cut it, yeah, this way. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just basically keep everything intact and we're gonna slice it. These are so delicious. There's so many, cauliflower is so versatile. That's what I love about it. You can actually do so many things with it. You can mash it. You can roast it. You can flour, like do cauliflower rice. There's so many things you can do. So tonight we are gonna actually do cauliflower steaks. All right, so what I have is a baking sheet with a silicone mat on it. If you have not been introduced to silicone mats, my friend, you are missing out. Buy them on Amazon right now. Silicone mats are great because you're not putting your food on aluminum foil, and you're also, reusing, recycling, and they don't stick. Nothing sticks to them. I don't even have to spray it. So I'm just gonna take these cauliflower steaks and I'm going to lay them on a cookie sheet. I'm actually gonna do this one face down. There we go. And I'm gonna drizzle just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on the steaks. By the way, if you're watching, say something in the comments. I wanna know you're here. It's not hard. Just get out your little keyboard and say, hi, Shelly. Happy to have you back. You look so pretty. I'm just kidding. Okay, so we're just gonna squirt a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on all of them. There we go, perfect. Now I'm gonna do, of course, salt and pepper. When you buy your salt, get sea salt. You've heard me say that. If you're new to watching me, I'm gonna say it a lot. Stop buying white table salt. There's no nutrients in it, and it's got a little bit higher sodium count, and sometimes they put iodine in it, and we don't need iodine in salt. We need iodine, but we don't need it in our salt. We need it from natural sources. And actually, I just did a post a day or two ago about iodine. You can go back in my feed and read it. All right, so we have the salt. Now we're gonna do some pepper. All right, my favorite part about this recipe is this that I discovered a couple of years ago. I can't remember who told me about it, but oh, I know. It's my friend Linda. She told me about this seasoning. You can get it at Trader Joe's, and it's called Everything Bagel. So you know those bagels that you used to buy, you know, at like Einstein Bagels or whatever, and it's called Everything? Actually, I think Panera has it too. Well, they now have a seasoning for it. So I'm just gonna take this Everything Bagel seasoning because it really has every seasoning in the cabinet in here. It's got sesame seeds. It has garlic, so many things. So I'm just gonna sprinkle these with Everything Bagel seasoning. I get mine at Trader Joe's. And we're gonna stick these bad boys in the oven. I'm gonna put them on the top shelf because I really want them to get like that char flavor and look. All right, so I'm just gonna set my timer. I'm gonna set it for 20. All right, now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna move this aside. Actually, I need to use this cutting board again. Now we're gonna make our delicious sliders. These are so good. I made these for a couple of corporate virtual cooking classes, and everybody raved about how delicious they looked. And then I've actually had people email me and say, I tried them and they are so good. And they're guilt-free because they are so good for us. But I left the turkey in the fridge, ground turkey in the fridge, so give me just a second. I like my turkey to be super cold. I like my turkey to be super cold when I'm doing burgers because it's not quite as mushy. I'm gonna take my lovely wedding ring off. And I'm just gonna take the turkey meat. I like to get the super lean. This one, it says 93% because they were out of the 98 or 99% one, or 97, I can't remember what it is. So I had to get 93, but that's okay. Because it's turkey. All right, so we're gonna just take our turkey and we're gonna add it to a bowl. And now I have my recipe right here because I don't want to forget anything. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add almond flour. What's funny is I went into my pantry to get my almond flour and I'm out. So I do always keep on hand a jar full of ground almonds. I literally take almonds, I put them in a blender or a food processor, and I grind them. That's what this is. So instead of using breadcrumbs that are full of gluten and preservatives, just take some almonds and grind them up. So you can use almond flour or you can use ground almonds, whatever you wish. So we're gonna add, it's quite a bit. I'm just gonna eye it like that. All right. Now we're gonna add some onion powder. Y'all know I don't measure. Garlic powder. We're gonna add some oregano, because what Greek dish is complete without oregano? And we're also gonna add some dill weed. You can use fresh dill. I actually prefer it, but I didn't have it, so I'm improvising. Dill, and we're gonna hang on to that dill because we're gonna add it to another recipe here in a second. I'm doing an amazing sauce at the end that you're gonna drool over. All right, and I think we're gonna add some lemon juice to this too. Garlic powder, onion powder, lemon juice, oregano, and dill. Okay, little lemon juice. Start out with a little. And then what I'm gonna do, this is something that I did do ahead of time just to save a little bit of time for camera. I diced an onion and I diced a bell pepper, and I sauteed them in a pan until they turned translucent. And then I added, at the very last minute, I added some fresh spinach, just enough to wilt it. So we have that, and it's not, you know, super soggy, it's just barely wilted. So we're gonna add these yummy vegetables into our dish. Spinach is loaded with fiber as well. Onions are really great for the cardiovascular system. They actually help relax our blood vessels so our blood flows better, which helps regulate blood pressure, if you did not know that. So any onion in the onion family is super good for the cardiovascular system. And y'all know how strongly I feel about that. Now the last ingredient we're gonna add, I also ahead of time took some Kalamata olives. Typically I do black olives, but I was out. So I have green olives in here with Kalamata olives, and I have a mini food processor, and I just beep, 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 and diced them up. So we're gonna add half of our diced up olives into this mixture, and we're gonna save these for the rest for our other recipe. Now this is the fun part. We're gonna get our hands in here and mix this all up. And I can already tell I'm gonna need some more ground almonds. While I'm doing this, I wanna see, oh, hi, Jana. Nicole. One of my best friends is on here. Hi, Nicole, yo. All right. Now, we're gonna take this, keep mashing. So delicious. By the way, if you work for a corporation or if you know of any corporations that are doing virtual events right now, if your spouse works for a company, if your mama works for a company, and you know that they're doing virtual events, will you hook me up and at least send me a contact? Because these classes are super fun and I have 100% repeat rate. So every company that I've worked for in 2020, they have had me back more than 4 times. So that's how much fun we have during these classes. So if you know anybody in corporate America that would benefit from a fun virtual event and a healthy educational 30 minutes, let me know, please. Okay, these are ready. I do need to add some more almonds, but my hands are disgusting. So hang on just a second. I just need to add a little bit of almond to this. Don't forget, almonds in the blender. Grind them up. I prefer the food processor. They get a little finer. I'm going to actually add a little bit more salt too. Okay, I'm going to do this. In this recipe, you do not need an egg. You can, but you don't need it. Okay. Hi, Kim. Okay. Kim said that's how she found me. She found me at work. I love it, Kim. Thanks for tuning in. Okay. Now we're gonna make our patties. Let me smell it. Yep, they smell delicious. Can't taste it because it's raw meat, but you can definitely smell it. And if you don't smell the seasonings, just add more. Now I'm just gonna make these patties and put them on another baking sheet with a silicone mat. Whenever you buy your meat, make sure that you're getting good quality. It makes a huge difference. You're basically eating what the animals eat and how they're treated. So if you're buying beef, make sure it's grass-fed, because those cows that are in a factory, they're fed corn, they're not fed a good diet, they're pumped with hormones. It's just not good. So grass-fed is wonderful because the cows are able to actually do as Mother Nature intended and eat the grass and get the sun, and so you have vitamin D in your meat. It's important. And then when you buy your eggs, even though I'm not cooking with eggs tonight, let's talk about them for a second. Let's talk about the ranking of eggs. When you buy your eggs, you don't want to get one that don't have a label on them, like how they're raised. So that's the worst, the cheapest ones. And then the second, the best you can buy is free range eggs, because that means that they're able to graze in the grass and eat the grubs and eat the seeds and eat the grass and eat the bugs and all of that, and they get vitamin D. Egg yolks are a big source of vitamin D, and a lot of people don't know this, but vitamin D is really an actual great resource to prevent and help get over COVID. So vitamin D is super important right now. Sit out in the sun for 20 minutes and make sure you're getting it in your diet. And egg yolks are a great source of vitamin D, as is beef. We don't eat a lot of beef in our house because it's just really hard on your body to digest. But if you do buy it, buy the good stuff because you need that vitamin D. Okay. My cookie sheet is getting full. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, I got enough room for 2 more, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's gonna make 9. They're not super even because I'm talking. So when you do it, try to get them even so they cook even. Neil, my husband, loves this recipe. Okay. We're gonna move this and move that and move this. There we go. Now, last one. We might be able to, if I can hang on to y'all for 5 or 10 more minutes, we might be able to get both recipes out of the oven and you can see the finished product. Okay, give me 10 seconds. I'm gonna wash my hands and put these in the oven. And then we'll start on our sauce. And if you're not talking on a camera, this recipe will take you 15 minutes to prepare. 15 to 20, because you have to chop a few things. Okay, I'm gonna put these in the oven. And the timer says 11 minutes, which is perfect because the burgers take anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes, but sometimes they take less because I have a gas oven. All right, now let's make the delicious finger-licking good sauce, shall we? All right. what we're gonna do, so this is like, I'm assuming that you've probably had tzatziki sauce, however you say it. It's a Greek sauce, and it's usually made with yogurt, like Greek yogurt, but y'all know I am dairy-free, and I encourage you to be dairy-free as well. If not, at least watch your intake of dairy and save it for the things you really love. If you wanna have a cheese tray at a party, save your dairy for that. But when it comes to everyday recipes, it's so easy to substitute it now, and dairy causes a lot of inflammation. So tonight we are using a dairy-free recipe, and my non-dairy yogurt, non-dairy yogurt's in the fridge, so let me grab it. My favorite brand is Forager, and I get it at Whole Foods, but I'm sure it's at other stores. Can you see it? There's kind of a glare. It's called Forager Project. And tonight we are using the organic plant-based, oh wait, no, that's the name of the company, sorry. Plant-based protein yogurt. So it is unsweetened and unflavored. And what we're gonna do, so earlier I told you I sauteed an onion and a bell pepper and some spinach. Well, I saved half of the onion and half of the bell pepper to make this sauce. So that is what is in my bowl right now. I like to use a red or an orange bell pepper in this recipe because I like the sweetness of it with all the tartness of the olives and the yogurt and the lemon. However, I did not have one, so I used a green one tonight. But it doesn't matter because it's still gonna be delicious. Now, I wanna show you how to cut a Roma tomato. Roma tomato, say that 3 times fast. I wanted to say Romo tomato. That's kind of funny. That's so funny, I think I'll have a sip of wine. Roma tomato, you can save a lot of time by cutting it a special way, and I'm gonna show you. Cheers, by the way. All right, there's enough negativity in the world. I refuse to engage in it. So I'm gonna drink wine and cook for y'all and entertain you for a minute. All right, I'm so glad people are tuning in. Nicole, you're funny. Okay, take the tomato, you lay it on its side. You cut both ends off, set that aside. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut a slit in the tomato, but you're not gonna go all the way through. See how I didn't go all the way through? You're gonna take the tomato, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll it like so, like that. And as you roll, the center seeds are gonna come out, just like that. So all you're left with is the outer meat of the tomato, just like that. By the way, this is like just one example of the techniques that I offer in the recipe makeover. It's my online virtual recipe class, and it's launching at the end of January. So if you're interested in that at all, it's 4 weeks of so much fun, recipe goodness, videos, content, shopping tips, food label tips. Go to shellycanhelp.com/makeover, and you can get on the waiting list, and then you'll be the first one to see any early bird specials on pricing and some bonuses that I'm going to offer you if you get on the wait list. So shellycanhelp.com/masterclass to sign up for the wait list, and you'll be in the know. At the recipe makeover, it starts at the end of January. It starts in February, doors open at the end of January. All right, so we take this meat, I'm gonna cut it in half, and then what we're gonna do, here's a cutting tip. If you are first time to watch me, here's a great cutting tip. You want your knives to be big. Do not use a paring knife. They cause injuries. Unless you're doing intricate work, stick with a big knife. Sharp knives help you from getting cuts. So what you want to do, keep the tip of your knife on the cutting board at all times, and you're going to hold it. Do not put your finger on the knife like this. You want all the strength in the handle, and you're going to take your knife and you're going to rock it. So watch me. I'm going to pull it towards me and push it away from me. Pull towards, push away. So now I'm left with all these little, what are they called? Julienne, I guess, tomatoes. And then you're just gonna slice them the other way. And then we're gonna add these to our onions and our bell pepper. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the second piece. I just cut it in half so it was pretty curled, and I wanted it flat on my cutting board. And then we're going to dice. Tomatoes have vitamin C, and we all know we need vitamin C right now because we are trying not to get sick. All right, next up, add that to the bowl. And then I like to take the ends. I usually give them to the dogs, but the dogs are over at my husband's shop right now, so they're not getting those right now. So we will just not tell them that we're throwing them away, and we'll just pretend that the dogs did not see that. All right. Now, I took a cucumber and I just took the skin off ahead of time. You can leave the skin on if you want. My husband tends to eat them more if the skin is off. So I love him. And cucumbers are super hydrating. And by the way, they have more vitamin C than an orange. So don't use oranges as your only source of vitamin C. And when you buy your orange juice, make sure it's fresh squeezed and not from concentrate. That's where you're gonna get your nutrients, and you're not gonna get all the added sugar. All right, now I have a cucumber. I just cut it in half because I don't need a whole one. So we're gonna cut the end off, and we're going to just dice it. And just like that. See how the tip of my knife never left the cutting board? Flying cucumbers in the kitchen. Now, my recipes are versatile. If you don't like cucumbers, leave them out. If you don't like olives, leave them out. My recipes are versatile. Put things in there that you do love. As long as they're fresh vegetables, you're winning. All right. Oh, by the way, if you haven't heard, I have a free masterclass, and it's going the January 25th through the 29th. It's all free, and it's all about healthy ways to save time in the kitchen with meal prepping and meal planning. I'm gonna give you like the skinny on how I meal prep and how I meal plan every week to save you loads of time and money when it comes to healthy eating. Healthy eating, the number one reason people tell me that they don't eat or cook healthy is time. So I wanna squash that, and I wanna show you it does not have to be super time consuming. So it's gonna be super fun. January 25th through the 29th. Just go to shellycanhelp.com/masterclass. And it's free, and sign up and register, and then I'll email you all the documents that you need, and then I'll be going live and or posting a video every day for a week inside my closed Facebook group. So you want to sign up because you want to get the documents and the recipes and all that jazz. All right, so we have our vegetables in here. I do have to look at my recipe because I can't remember what I ended up doing with this one. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna add the rest of our olives now to the vegetables. If you don't have this little food processor, I highly recommend it. It's made by Ninja. It's less than $30, but I do so much with this thing because it's just my husband and I. So a lot of times the big food processor doesn't grab the food because our quantities aren't large enough. And this thing is awesome. Today I made another recipe to freeze. I made like a turkey bolognese. I can't wait to try it. It's in the crock pot over here right now. But I had to puree an onion, and I put the whole onion in here, and it pureed it in 4 seconds. So these are awesome. If you don't have one, I recommend it. Saves a lot of time with chopping too, because it can act as a chopper. Okay, onions are in there. And by the way, I'm going to go back and read all the comments and respond to you. I can't read my computer very well from here, so I will respond to you when the video's over, if that's okay. Now what I'm gonna do, I love to add just a little bit of olive juice to this, just for the tartness. And then we're gonna add dill back into here. Fresh dill is best, but I didn't have any. Whoa, that was a lot. Lemon juice. And let's do a little bit of pepper. We don't really need salt because of the lemon and the olive juice. Let me make sure I have everything. Okay, red pepper, but I have green tonight. Red onion, black olives, I have green tonight. Kalamata, dill, non-dairy yogurt, lemon juice, garlic, and cucumber. Okay, so I did the cucumber. Next, we're gonna do garlic. Okay, if you don't have a garlic, everybody has their different methods and tools and gadgets that they like in the kitchen. My favorite garlic press is the garlic rocker. I like it because it doesn't hurt my hands and it's easy to clean. And you just take your garlic clove. You can cut it in half if you want. You don't have to, but you can. And you just rock it. And I'm a shorty, so I have to stand on my toes. There we go. All right. Now we're just gonna take one garlic clove and put it in here. Here's a fun fact about garlic cloves. Garlic is actually the equivalent to an antibiotic. So I'm not telling you and I'm not diagnosing you, so don't do it. Consult your doctor. However, to show you that the potency and the power of the nutrients in garlic. If you were to crush 2 raw cloves of garlic and consume them, that's equivalent to 1 dose of antibiotic. That shows you the power that Mother Nature has put into our foods, people. So put garlic in everything. The stinkier your breath, the better you are to stay healthy, right? Okay, garlic is in. Now we're gonna add in our yogurt, but my spoon is dirty. All right, so we're gonna add in, I'm just gonna eyeball it. I think my recipe, I put in here 1/2 cup. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Let's see where that gets us. Gonna mix it up. Now I got this one at Whole Foods, and by the way, Whole Foods delivers for free. So unless you're in Vermont, which is the only state in the United States that does not have a Whole Foods, I found that out last week or 2 weeks ago when I was hosting a corporate event. This is so funny. Okay, I know this live was like 25 minutes, but I really wanted to show you all the cooked food. All right. Yeah, Vermont does not have a Whole Foods. It also does not have a McDonald's, which is great. I wish we didn't have McDonald's. All right. My sauce is mixed up. I just want to give it a little taste, make sure it doesn't need anything. Oh my gosh, that's so good. And you don't need a ton of yogurt, or you can add as much as you want. You really just want it because it's going to be a topping for the burgers. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I am so sorry that y'all aren't here to taste this, but you have to make it. Let me know if you want the recipe in the comments. Tell me you want the recipe and I'll message it to you. All right. I'm going to get the food out of the oven because I want to show you how beautiful it is. Ouch. Oh, the burgers aren't done. Well, shoot, they need about 5 more minutes. So what I'll do is when it comes out of the oven, I will post a beautiful picture in the comments below so you can see the final product, unless you want to hear me talk for 5 more minutes. Don't forget, sign up for the masterclass. It's free. It's going to be fun. It's all in my closed Facebook group, but you do need to sign up to get all the goods. So shellycanhelp.com/masterclass. And then if you're interested in the recipe makeover, that is my 4-week class on how to cook healthy recipes. It's 4 weeks long. It's all online. It's all simple recipes that you make in less than 30 minutes. You can feed your whole family for 4 weeks, and you can go to shellycanhelp.com/makeover. And then you'll be the first to get any early bird special discounts and some bonuses that I'm offering only to the people that get on the wait list. There we have it. I'm back. I'm excited. This is one of my favorite things to do. I love sharing and inspiring you to just spend a little bit more time in your kitchen cooking something healthy. Healthy can be delicious. Easy does not mean unhealthy. It can still be healthy and easy and delicious. So I will post a picture of this beautiful recipe in the comments here in just a minute. I don't want to keep you any longer. Get back to your life. Thank you for watching. If you're inspired by me, follow me on all my social media. Instagram, I now have a Pinterest account. Yes, loaded with information. All Shelly Can Help. And if you want to learn more about me, just head to shellycanhelp.com. I have a lot of exciting things happening in January and February, and I can't wait to share them with you. So come back. I'm going to try to go live every week for the rest of the month. We'll see how that goes. And thank you. Comment below if you like this video. Share it. Start a watch party on Facebook. I would so appreciate it. Have an awesome evening. And I have one question for you before I go. What is on your fork? Bye for now, everybody.